Chapter 49. The Bodhisattva of Compassionate Life reappears. Within the territory of the Kingdom of Chen, wolf smoke filled the sky. 1 turned into 4, 4 turned into 16, 16 turned into 64, for a time. The sky was covered, and wolf smoke filled every place. King Chen's palace. The group of ministers flocked to the palace and met Emperor Chen Liangyi at the entrance of the Great Hall of the court. Your Majesty, now that the wolf smoke is everywhere, is something wrong at the border? The group of ministers anxiously looked towards Chen Liangyi. Chen Liangyi took a deep breath and shook his head. Don't worry, I know. Your Majesty knows. But now that wolves and smoke are everywhere, how can we not worry, Your Majesty? Your Majesty, the smoke of wolves is bound to be an accident at the border. We must be ready to deal with it. The group of ministers were anxious. I said, I know. Don't say it, Chen Liangyi said in a cold voice. Yes, the group of ministers answered with a hint of bewilderment. Chen Liangyi was naturally anxious at this moment. The news he got not long ago, King's sect, extinguished. This was one's dependence, or, if King's sect extinguished the clan, the extinction of one's Chen kingdom was not far away. Now the great-grandfather is following the ancient sea running around, and they want 100 copies of the blank decree, not to mention 100 copies, 1,000 copies, Chen Liangyi are willing to give. At this moment, how he expects Gu Hai to make a miracle again. The wolf smoke rushed to the sky, and in the twinkling of an eye, it also passed to the outside of Tiger Prison Pass. Gukin nodded with his eyes slightly narrowed and said, Let's go. Let's take shelter first. Good. Gu Han nodded. The two of them went quietly. Another half a day passed. Boom. A steep gust of wind blew from afar, but it was Fu Blood who flew to the Tiger Prison Pass with a Song Armor sect disciple. Where is it? Fu Blood said in a cold voice. Beginning ancestor, over there, that town. That Song Armor sect disciple called out. In the middle of the town, clouds and mist surrounded it, as if it was covered by a large formation. Whew! In the twinkling of an eye, Fu Blood flew close by with that person. Snap! Throwing the Song Armor sect disciple of his hand onto the ground. Fu Blood flew in the air, coldly looking at the town in front of him. Above the small town, there were also a large number of cultivators who hadn't left yet at this moment, and when they suddenly saw a person flying in mid-air, their faces changed. Yuanying Realm, is he here to snatch the 100 longevity peach? Many cultivators revealed a look of surprise. Who is he? Haven't seen it before. Is it the Thousand Islands Seas Yuanying Realm? Countless cultivators pointed. Fu Blood, however, looked coldly at the cloud formation in front of him. Patriarch, Patriarch, why are you here? Not far away steeply, another Songjia sect disciple exclaimed. Fu Blood twisted his head to look and probed his hand to suck in. Who are you? That person was instantly sucked closer. Patriarch, it's Patriarch who asked me to monitor the ancient mansion here. That person respectfully said. Oh, all of Gu Hai's family members are here, Fu Blood said in a deep voice. Yes, Gu Hai is in there as well, along with 3,000 villains, the man said immediately. Gu Hai was still inside. Fu Blood's face sank. Rubbish. Yes. The man didn't dare to contradict. I'm asking you, is all of Gu Hai's family here? Fu Blood said in a cold voice. Yes, definitely inside. This is the ancient mansion, but this big formation is troublesome, the man said bitterly. So what if it's troublesome? Gu Hai isn't here. What kind of broken formation is this? Fu Blood laughed coldly. As he spoke, Fu Blood seemed to be about to break into the formation. This is the 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal formation, the man said respectfully. The cold smile on his face abruptly froze, and Fu Blood's step across the front was abruptly stopped. 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal grand formation. He had personally experienced it in the Song Armor sect earlier. I can't imagine that there is one here as well. Beginning Ancestor, are you going to break in? The ability of the beginning ancestor will definitely be able to break through the Great Formation. The man next to him shouted without knowing what to do. Scram! Fu Blood kicked him away. The wounds on my body haven't healed yet, and you want me to break through this Great Formation again? Ah, that Song Armor Sect disciple was kicked out. Fu Blood said with a cold face, Good, good, good. 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal array. Don't you people care about your friends and family? I'll see if you guys come out. Probing hand waved. Boom. Within Fu Blood's sleeve, a rolling red poisonous mist abruptly surged out, and as soon as the poisonous mist came out, it spread over the sky, shrouding the sky above the town in the blink of an eye. The red poisonous mist slowly fell towards the town. Kik. The little bird flying in the air instantly died of poison the moment it touched the red poison mist and fell down. Not good. It's poisonous mist. Steeply. A cultivator shouted in alarm. Run, run. It's poisonous mist. Countless cultivators were in the midst of fleeing towards the outside world in terror. Want to run? HMPH. Fu Blood let out a cold snort and waved his probing hand. Boom. Rolling poisonous fog instantly wrapped up in all directions. The four sides of the town were shrouded in poisonous fog, blocking everyone's path. Ah, there's no way out. What should we do? Hold your breath and run out. A large number of cultivators held their breath and quickly rushed into the poisonous fog. Ka. Ah. A miserable scream came out steeply. The cultivators who ran into the poisonous fog all fell to the ground, hit by the poisonous fog, and died on the spot. It's useless. Hold your breath. It can drill through your skin. Ha. Fu Blood laughed out loud. What to do? Senior, we have no relationship with Guhai. Senior, let us go. A cry came out. Fu Blood's gaze was ice cold. Right now. The entire town was about to drown in this poisonous fog. Outside of the town, on a half mountainside, Gu Qin and Gu Hong watched the town in the distance, being enveloped by the poisonous fog. Their faces changed. Big brother, what to do? What about this? Should have informed everyone. Crap. Why is that person so timid? Wouldn't he know if he broke into the formation? The brothers were anxious for a while, but there was nothing they could do. Boom. Steeply, a golden gale rolled up from the ground. The gale seemed to form a large net, blowing the poisonous fog in all directions towards the center, quickly sweeping into the very center. The rolling poisonous fog, within an instant coalesced into a huge poisonous ball. Buzz. The golden gale squeezed towards the poison ball. Was In the twinkling of an eye, the poisonous mist was dissolved as if it had been detoxified. A great crisis disappeared in the twinkling of an eye. Who? Fu Blood's face changed. The eyes of Gu Qin and Gu Hon in the distance lit up. Who is that? Gu Qin was puzzled. However, he saw that outside of an inn in the town, there was a golden old man. The old man was wearing a robe and holding a Zen staff. His face was filled with compassion. However, his gaze was not friendly as he looked at Fu Blood. Grandmaster, many thanks. The crowd of cultivators around them were instantly grateful. Bald donkey, who are you? Dare to block me? Fu Blood glared coldly. Poor monk Renshang, the person you're looking for isn't here. Go back where you came from, the old monk said in a deep voice. Bodhisattva mercy life. In the distance, Gu Qin's eyes lit up. It was because he had heard Guhai mention some time ago that he had encountered a great, compassionate monk in the innate remnant realm who had helped Guhai. HMPH, old thing, you're the one who sought death. Fu Blood glared angrily. Probing his hand, he struck a palm towards the Bodhisattva of mercy life. Bodhisattva, Fu Blood's face changed, but the palm dipper had already struck, only to see the mercy life Bodhisattva slap out his palm. Boom, the void trembled violently. Fu Blood's palm dangles instantly burst apart, and Mercy Life Bodhisattva's palm went unabated, arriving in front of Fu Blood in an instant. Boom! Fu Blood defended with all his might, but the power of the Bodhisattva of Mercy Life was too powerful, so powerful that Fu Blood couldn't even stand it with his human body. Fu Blood transformed into the voice of a dragon, and was knocked out with a loud bang. Rumble. Steeply, dark clouds covered the sky and countless thunderbolts flashed, reflecting the huge Jiao Dragon in mid-air. Jiao Dragon. He's a Jiao Dragon. Sea Beast Jiao Long. Countless cultivators shouted in horror with wide eyes. Gu Qin, however, was staring at the Bodhisattva of Mercy, because the power of this palm had actually slapped the Jiao Dragon away. Just how strong was this Bodhisattva of Mercy? Fu Blood's face turned ugly for a while, but at this moment, he didn't dare to be reckless with the Bodhisattva of Merciful Life. Bodhisattva Mercy Life, I have many offenses, Fu Blood immediately called out. The Bodhisattva of Merciful Life nodded and did not give him a good look. Thank you, Bodhisattva, for being merciful. I will leave, Fu Blood spoke. Who you? Turning his head, Fu Blood quickly left. Beginning Ancestor, the two Song Armor sect disciples anxiously called out. However, Fu Blood simply ignored the two. The two were in a tangle, surrounded by a crowd of cultivators. Many thanks to Bodhisattva Mercy Life. The countless cultivators around them gratefully paid homage to the Mercy Life Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva of Merciful Life nodded, and turning his head, the Bodhisattva of Merciful Life looked towards the halfway point of a mountain peak in the distance. And there, the two brothers Gu Qin and Gu Hon were standing. Mercy Life Bodhisattva has discovered us. Gu Qin was surprised. Gu Hon, however, frowned, looking at the distant Mercy Life Bodhisattva. His face revealed a wave of complexity. I always feel that Mercy Life Bodhisattva gives me a familiar feeling. It's so strange.